Okay, another video. I'm going to teach you how to add speech to Linux. Well, first of all, I've got a GitHub repository, which I'll put a link to in the notes, called Speak It. And if we just clone that, git clone, we will end up with a I should say, here we go. We will end up with a directory called Speak It. Unfortunately, I was already in that directory when I cloned this, so I don't need it twice. I'm just going to get rid of it. Here we go. Anyway, when you CD in here, you should see a README, which I could cat out here, and also you should see a shell script called Speak It. So anyway, in here there are some notes on how to make this work for you. Interesting enough is saying that we need this festlex poslex along with the other things we need to put in here. So here we go, xdotool, which I'm not really using, but you'll see it's commented out, but if you want to use it, you can add it back. And then we have these items here. So get over here, pwd. So sudo apt get install, and we're going to put in here xdotool and Excel. Excel will copy whatever you highlight into the clipboard so that it's available. Festival, which is a text-to-speech engine. I'm not really sure why we need this festlex poslex, but I know that on some Linuxes it's necessary, so I'm just going to add it. And finally, we're going to put the voice that we want, so festvox. And by the way, I'm using the Z shell here. One of the nice things about Z shell, since I have the Ubuntu plugin, I think it's the Ubuntu plugin that does this. If I tap twice, it's going to give me a list of all my choices that I can use with apt-get, which is kind of nice. And then I can just go through here with the tab, or I think I can even use the H, J, K, and L keys to move around. No, that's not letting me do that. Try that again. But I could tab to the one I want here, which is EN1. So I'm going to use the English voice, the first English voice for this. And copy in my password. Oh dear, I just changed it. I have to remember it. Here we go. It's a long one. And now it's going to just make sure that I have all these packages on my system so that I can start using them. Alright, going back to this guy here, this is going to say exactly what I need to do. I always, when I create something like this, I stick it out on GitHub and I make a README because I generally don't remember everything that I need to do to set something up. So it's really a good idea not only to put comments in your code, but also to make a README for it. So this is the this is what's in the speakit.sh file. And you can see I have this xdotool thing commented out. I've also recently commented out the top line, but you can uncomment these if you want. What they'll do is this one will do a left click 3 times on wherever the cursor is currently hovering, and then it will stick it in the clipboard, route it to Festival, which is the text-to-speech engine, and it should start speaking. But it doesn't always work. It doesn't work the same on all Linuxes. It doesn't work the same in all shells. So you'll have to play with the xdotool if you want to use that. So one of the first things that you have to do here is, where am I here? I'm not in the right directory. Now I'm in the right directory. I'm not sure what happened there. I have to make sure that this is executable. Speakit is executable, and it's not. So chmod +x speakit.sh, and now it should start working. If I highlight something and let me see if I can do it here. /speakit.
Simple.
You see, it's already tall.
Simple.
Now this is good, but we're not 100% of the way there yet, because what we really want to do is make it run. We want to make it run from a keystroke. So I think that's in settings here, and keyboard. So once again, I'm on Ubuntu 18.04, and this is the GNOME desktop, and so this is how this is done. And we get to scroll all the way to the bottom here, and there's a little plus sign here. If we click on that, the name of this is going to be Speakit. Give it any name you want, because the name doesn't really matter very much. It's a way of identifying it if you have to go back to make some edits later on. And so we're going to use ZSH here, and we're going to point to this thing. And I'm going to I could use the tilde for my home directory, but I'm hesitant to do that because sometimes it just doesn't work well for all things. It's usually best to give the full path name. And I guess tab completion's not working here. Type it in myself here, and the command name is speakit.sh. So this is the command, this is the file name for the command, this is the directory, and this is the rest of the path going back here. And ZSH is the shell. I don't know if it's going to work with this. Maybe I should say bash here. And now I should be able to set this shortcut, and I'm going to use Alt Super K. And you see it down here. Here's the shortcut. This is the one I usually use. I just rebuilt this system. This is why I have to add it again. And we should be done. I should be able now to find some text, highlight it, and now Alt Command K.
Extending stuff is optional. This operates on whatever is selected by piping it out to Festival. Extending click, repeat 3 while we select whatever paragraph is under the mouse pointer. Remove the extending stuff if you want to do your own selecting.
So there we go. It's working, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm going to sign off. If I can find OBS, here it is, over here, OBS, and stop recording.